Hello, ladies and fellasmen, and everyone in between. Gear 5 is coming out soon, and we are here to validate your opinions. We're doing a tier list. We are tier listing all of the arcs for One Piece. I'm here with my good friend Sayorius. Say hi.
Hello, Flying Nimbus. It's nice to be here and waiting for Gear 5. I'm so excited. It comes out tomorrow, dude.
It comes out in 11 hours, actually.
11 hours?
Yeah, it comes out in 11 hours. And I am ready for a Looney Tunes good time.
Oh, absolutely.
Starting us off, so we just start from the I see you've already put Romance Dawn in S tier.
Whoops. Let's throw that back.
Okay.
Yeah, before
right.
we started before we started. Let me put that back really quickly.
No matter what side of the coin you are on, we are here to do nothing but validate your opinions. And because we are doing that, please subscribe, follow. What are you doing?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about this freaking Romance Dawn arc.
This is the start of One Piece.
Romance.
This is the quote-unquote hook of the show,
So
first arc of One Piece, if you will.
Yeah, so this is like, this is freaking only like the first 3 episodes, no? Or like I'm
yes.
confused.
So this is,
what is Romance Dawn defined as?
So this is defined, at least on the tier list, this is defined as just, I believe it's Zoro's arc for Romance Dawn, and the first episode with Koby, right?
Cool.
Yes.
That's gonna be a solid C tier for me.
You think it's middle of the road, the first introduction of Zoro?
I think One Piece is like, contrary to popular opinion, I think that One Piece is good from jump. Actually, One Piece episode 1 is like alright, but like One Piece episode 2 and 3 are like pretty good. I've watched East Blue 3 different times. So from Romance Dawn until Loguetown, I've watched that 3 times. Trying to get people into the show. I think Romance Dawn is a solid. I'll bump it up to actually.
I'm just messing with you. I believe it's C tier too.
I think it's C.
I think it's a good middle way because one, it has a lot of great parts of One Piece, but it's also very slow. Like this isn't the best of One Piece. You'll get that much later with I believe Arlong Park, but we'll get there. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We gotta talk about Orangetown.
So Orangetown, I think this is where it actually picks up because Buggy is one of my all-time favorite One Piece characters.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the other arcs on this list, and I'm trying to see, given those arcs, and my opinions on those arcs, where am I putting these? And I think that Orangetown probably beats here.
Honestly, I think the same thing. I think Orangetown's a great introduction to Buggy as well as sort of just sort of the type of emotional stories that you'll start to see in One Piece. For example, that whole dog. Oh my goodness, we said the same thing.
The dog that is like, mind you, not played by, like, not voice acted using like an actual dog ADR. It's like a human going Rarf.
Yeah, and it sells it though. It sells it. That's what the great part about this arc is.
It does.
It is so good, especially with like waiting for the owner and like his whole backstory. That's like just a taste of what's to come for One Piece in terms of its backstory,
classic,
right? In terms of its tragedies.
Yeah, and
you'll see it amplified more. And I think Orangetown does a really great job of giving you a little bit of a taste for that with the dog.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Syrup Village, D tier.
D tier. Yeah, absolutely.
I hate Syrup Village. I hate it so much.
I think it's too long. I think it's just too long. And then they also made Usopp. I think Usopp was the most annoying during this arc. Like he gets much better later on. Don't get me wrong, I love Usopp, but starting off, they kind of play him as the annoying character way too long. They need to trim that stuff down. And then the villain and the fights there, I thought dragged on just, I think, 3 episodes too long. They could have cut that down a lot, right? Because this is what I'm looking at it. It's 9 episodes. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, nah, it was rough.
Yeah, and
it was
rough. We got the
and...
Mary. That's what we waited for, the ship. But like, that was probably not worth the effort. there were some good moments though, I will say. There were some great moments in here. That's why I'm not giving it an F tier, but yeah, it's probably one of the One Piece's weaker arcs starting off, you know?
100%. 100%. But
I'm glad we agree so far. We're like beat for beat so far.
Like so for any parasocial Normans out there, Zeorius and I, like, we tend to disagree on a lot of stuff, but One Piece is one of the places where, like, I think we actually disagree the least amount in terms of our opinions.
Dude, it's crazy. Things. It's crazy. We like getting into fights all the time in our friend group because we always disagree. Yeah, it's so funny.
But Baratie, I think Baratie is a B tier as well.
Okay, I'm gonna say it goes above Orangetown because you have that awesome.
Definitely better than Orangetown.
Yes.
Definitely about Orangetown because because Sanji's backstory is really good.
Yes.
And you got the introduction of Mihawk.
Yes.
And you got Zoro's declaration.
And you got like about basically the Grand Line.
The Grand Line.
It basically is the whole setup of, oh, there's a pirate from the Grand Line that just barely escaped with his life, right? And it's like, what is out there? Yeah. It adds so much intrigue to it. And plus also Luffy goes through a lot of pain during this arc specifically. I mean, he goes through it with Syrup Village, but like this one, he's hit with spikes. Like he gets cut up a lot. And I think this is like the arc where he gets the most
fights Iron Man.
Battle damage. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love this arc. Arlong Park.
S tier.
I mean, I was gonna say, can you really disagree with Arlong Park in S tier?
That's episode 37, baby. Ooh. Episode 37. Ooh. As soon as my boy puts that freaking hat on Nami's head,
and then the march
is dunzo.
The march,
it's freaking dunzo. The walk to Arlong Park is too good. It's goated.
So good.
It's so freaking sick.
And this is, I think this is where you get like more of the, I guess, group dynamics, like the crew dynamics of like, oh, this is the first time a crew member had disagreed with Luffy, right? And like even like Nami betrayed them. It was like a huge deal. And so for this, not only was this arc great in terms of like the stakes at hand that they had to take down Arlong, who was like a super strong fishman, but they also had to go with the accompaniment of Nami betraying them as well. And I think those emotional stakes tied to that to really sell this
Nami's backstory is just so good.
It's so good. Like you're like, okay, why is she doing all these things? She's kind of like mean, mean-spirited a lot of the time, and you saw that with Orangetown, but then you get into this arc and you're like, oh, I understand completely why she's acting this way, No, and it's you get your first walk. I think there's only like 3 overtaken walks. The overtaken is like the OST that plays in these and it's great also because like I want to state here that I think One Piece is great in terms of if you're looking at comparing it to say like Naruto, right? Because like Dragon Ball Z like is like the father, right? And then you got like the 3 like Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, right? Yes.
I would say that like comparing it in terms of Naruto, Bleach not so much because like I still have not caught up to Bleach, so I can't really. I've only watched Soul Society, but like Nami is like integral to like where like people can shit on soccer all they fucking want, right?
Yes.
Like Nami is integral to the crew because without her they just get lost. Like Zoro, lost. Luffy, too stupid to even bro probably wouldn't know what wind is if it hit him in the face. Like it's just so I just also just seeing like the importance of Nami, not just like in terms of them being friends and them liking her character, but also as a matter of like what is her role on the crew is like it's just cool. It was cool to see.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and also I love the fact that like with sort of like the changes too of like their adventures, like Nami also takes the oranges, which is a part of her hometown, and incorporates that onto the Mary. So it's like almost like the ship is evolving with them, And I really appreciated that a lot. Like, so, like, as the story continues, it's like every arc does have its importance, and you need to watch every arc, despite some of them being a little bit longer, as we'll get into later, because they're vital for Oda's world building. And I think, to your point, that's what that makes him so great. Yeah, Goda. Sorry, Goda
really
himself.
made me care about a boat. Yeah, Goda really made me care about a boat.
Yeah. All right, so let's
Loguetown.
Yes. I want to put this
honest opinion
in between Orangetown and Baratie. That's where I want to put it.
I agree.
Okay, cool.
I agree. Yeah, Smoker is cool.
Yep. You also get introduced to Zoro's quest to find all the 7 swords, right?
You do. You get introduced to Kataragi, and you get introduced to you get Dragon. You get the first appearance of Dragon,
yes.
Who was based off Fidel Castro. You can cut that out of the video if you want.
You're fine. We're talking about pirates, dude. It's okay.
Dude, but yeah, I don't know if you want like socialist propaganda on your YouTube channel. But there was you got Dragon and the Revolutionaries.
Yes.
So like that's the first thing you get with that, and then you also get like the cool like Luffy smile thing, and then the lightning comes down and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was not as good as some of the other arcs, but it was like a good.
It's above average. It's an above average really arc. Good, it's like one of the better arcs, but it's not one of the best.
Yeah, really good segue into
the Grand Line. Oh, absolutely.
Buggy.
This is, I think that's 2 episodes.
Yeah, it is 2 episodes. It is 2 episodes that in.
I think this is when he's trying to figure out what he wants to do.
He's trying to find his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a filler than anything.
So, I rate this one a D tier. I think this one's a D tier. I don't want to call it F because Buggy is just.
I want to put it
funny,
above Syrup Village.
Yeah, because it's just 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it knows its place. It knows its place. Buggy knows its place.
Yeah. Reverse Mountain, I think C tier below Romance Dawn.
That is fair. Yep.
Okay. I thought your silence. I thought was like.
No, it belongs in S tier above Arlong Park. Really? I mean, it's a great arc. Don't get me wrong, but like, I think it has a bigger payoff later on. When we get introduced to Brooke. Yeah. Because I want to give it a higher tier, but I have to remind myself it's because I have the context of Brooke now, you know?
Yeah, and it's also only 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So, Whisky Peak. Wait, Whisky Peak and Alabasta. Okay.
Yeah.
God. There's just so much good, because that's including Chopper in that. So now I'm like,
it's a long arc.
Cause you know,
wait, no. Chopper
like
comes later. Chopper comes later. Because if you look at Drum Island.
No. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Oh, okay, dude.
Yeah.
Why would they put? Dude, okay, they put Whisky Peak, Alabasta. Then they put Koby-Moppo, Alabasta. Then Little Garden, Alabasta. Drum Island, Alabasta. And then Alabasta. Why don't you just? Okay. Whatever.
We're going with this tier list
on that.
Yeah.
Good catch with that.
I got you.
Okay, Whisky Peak, I think, is a solid. I'm trying to remember what happened to Whisky Peak.
I'm gonna put it in
Whisky Peak.
Wait, what was that character?
Princess Vivi is first introduced here, and you get that cool Zoro and
Luffy fight because
Sanji. Yeah, Zoro and Luffy.
Because you have that funny dub clip where it's like Luffy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly where my head went. You get like funny moments.
I'll put it under C.
I'll put it at high C. Put it above the other 2. Yeah.
Wait, above or below?
Above the other 2. I think it's a high C.
Really? I disagree. I'll put it in the middle.
Okay. I'll put it in the middle. Compromise.
Perfect.
I think it's better than Romance Dawn.
I don't believe so. I think this is actually when One Piece slows down for me. Because nothing really happens.
Okay, well, we'll get there. Hold on, we'll get there. So, yeah, okay. So I think maybe this is okay. So Diary of Koby-Moppo. I mean, it was alright. I'll put it in D tier. Like,
I'll put it above Buggy. I think it's just like a fun side adventure.
Yeah, put it above Buggy.
Yeah, it's just a fun side adventure.
Yeah. I think these one-offs are just gonna be all chucked into D tier because it's not. It's like not all of them are bad. It's just like, what do you want me to say about it? It's 2 episodes long and it's just all right.
Yeah.
Like,
Mr. 3.
Little Garden is, I think, maybe where I thought Little Garden was like kind of boring.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is where it dragged for me.
Yeah. No.
Because it's just like the 2 giants, and it's like they're fighting. It's like they're like, oh, why don't you guys stop fighting? And it's like you could have settled this earlier. You didn't have to spend 7 episodes on this, right?
Because here's the thing about Goda is that Little Garden is, because as a man who is caught up with the manga,
yes, like
the motherfuckers, it's like it's back. Like it's Little Garden's now somewhat important to the story again. And it's just like that's how it be. And Little Garden had that cool foreshadowing of Sanji. Can we just talk about that? How like Little Garden, like Sanji is the first one to talk to Doflamingo.
Oh yeah.
In One Piece, and then when we actually get to Dressrosa, like Sanji has absolutely zero hesitation to like 1v1 Doflamingo above the ship.
Yeah,
like bro has not been scared of Doflamingo the entire series. Like the man who is like has always been ready to run it. Like
that was so funny.
But yeah, Little Garden also, funnily enough, is the first time where Sanji is the one that gets lost and it's not Zoro.
Yeah, honestly, that surprised me the most. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to put it above Reverse Mountain, below Whisky Peak.
I mean, I'll put it the same because it did have some importance later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of it's just
Island.
It's just setup. That's what it is.
It is just setup. That's all it is.
Because it plays into this, which is when Nami got bitten by that bug, and the whole reason why Chopper needs to join the crew is because they're like, oh shoot, we actually need a doctor now. Because
and Chopper
crew members
is
can get
freaking sick. Yeah. And if you guys, for those who have played Persona 5, if you don't already know this, the Chopper's voice actor, at least in Japanese, is the same as Morgana's in Japanese. I don't know. I know a lot of people play Persona 5 in English, and that is totally within their ability to do so. In fact, it is maybe even preferred. But, yeah, just quote cute little factoid. Drum Island, I give it an A. I like Drum Island a lot.
I mean, you get like Chopper's backstory. I agree. You get Chopper's backstory which is amazing, but then also like the doctor and like his whole motivation, and then what's the Dr. Rean,
like
right?
Luffy carrying 2 of his homies up a mountain.
Oh, that pained me. That pained me because his nails started bleeding as he was crawling. I was like, ooh. Oh, that made me physically recoil. That part in the arc. But like
Luffy's the friend that everyone wants.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I thought this was a great arc.
Yeah.
To me, this is where actually
100%.
the arc picked up for me, and I was able to get through this pretty easily with Chopper's introduction.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Alabasta.
All right.
Dude, it's hard, man.
It's just long.
Really is
the only
hard.
problem is it's way too long.
It is just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get to like Dressrosa and Whole Cake.
Yeah.
Because like Alabasta has a lot of good moments. It has the Zoro cutting steel.
Yeah.
It has that one, and you get more of the psyche of the group where Zoro and Chopper have that conversation about what teamwork actually means to them, and Luffy kind of talking about how like doing that whole like punching Vivi and like talking about how she's like naive and that like, you know, she doesn't want anyone to like fight for her and die and stuff, and he's like, people are just gonna die, that's how war works. Which very similar to Gon. when Hunter x Hunter, where Gon also kind of has, like, when you meet him when he's in the York New City arc, and he's talking to the Phantom Troop, and he's just like, you guys are like villains, how could you like kill people? And then like later on, like when he's killing things, it's like fine, right? Luffy kind of learns his because like he kind of eats his own words, because like he was talking that talk when he was telling it to Princess Vivi, but when we get to that Marineford war, he bro really thought
he thought he could do it. He thought he could do it. No, but
bro
for me,
thought he was him.
Yeah, but for me, like based on all of that, what you said, I would actually put this at a high C, just because for me, I just struggle because it has some of the best moments, but then also some of its lowest. And for example, I think
Birdman should have died.
Because here's the thing, right? It's like you had, if it just was them attacking him at the capital, it would have ended much sooner. But they had to spend time going all the way across the other side of the country, and like not the country, but the desert, right?
Yeah.
To this random place that doesn't really have any huge importance, right? Other than the one thing they need to grab, and then they have to go all the way back and fight. And so that's why I'm like, it's great. There's lots of great moments, as you pointed out, but it's just like, why waste all of this time, you know?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it belongs in
high C.
Do you think it belongs in I think it belongs low B tier. I'll give it low B tier. Let's even out B in the C's, I think.
I'll concede. I'll give it low B. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because it does have, I mean, the whole Robin, like you get introduced to Robin too, like a lot more at this, like during this whole Alabasta saga, and you get to the revelation at the end.
Her outfit.
Yes. Oh yes, the cowboy hat. Yeah, her cowboy hat.
Bring back the outfit.
Also, I thought the crocodile fight was pretty freaking cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because it was so funny. Because like us watching Spider-Man. I don't know if this thought went into your head, where I was like, we're well acquainted with sand villains.
Yes.
And Luffy was like, I can't punch him, and I was like, yo, just get him wet. And then bro chose like the most metal way to do that.
Yes, with the pots, right?
He just like used his own blood to get him wet. Like and I was just like, yo, wait, my guy, you could have just poured a water bucket on him or something.
Oh wait, no, he did do that. Didn't he use pots at first, and then he ran out of the pots and he used his blood?
Yeah, it was like because the second fight, I think, I forgot, like because it was so long ago.
Yeah, I mean, like, Alabasta was like,
from my understanding,
ago,
yeah, from my understanding, it was like either it was in the second fight where he ran out and he used his blood, or he was already injured so he used his blood, or it was the first altercation where he couldn't punch him at all until he got so messed up to where he was bleeding all over. Then he finally ended a hit, and then but he was at that point it was already like Jover.
Yeah. It's Jover.
But yeah, like Crocodile, also really great villain.
I just thought the numbers were really cool. The numbers are really cool.
Oh yeah, like the whole secret agent stuff.
Yeah. Also, oh wait, did we talk about Bon Chloe was in this, right?
Yes.
The goat.
Yes, he was.
The goat himself.
The goat. How can we forget?
I didn't forget. You forgot.
I forgot.
How could you?
I'm a menace to the LGBTQ community. I apologize. That was. I can't say that. I don't have the credibility like Hassan does. But yeah, nah, dude, I freaking love him. And Luffy and the Straw Hat crew would be nothing without the.
We'll talk about him later because he comes up very important in the later arc. So let's talk about him later.
Yeah, the Straw Hat crew would be nothing without the trans community.
Yes. All right, what's the next arc?
The Jaya. And I'm putting this shit high A tier.
Remind me which one this was again.
This was Bellamy, like the thumbnail shows.
Oh yeah.
This was the introduction to Blackbeard.
Oh yeah.
And
okay.
those two things alone I'm putting this thing A tier. I even put it over Drum Island.
Really?
So here's the thing.
I won't disagree with you because I don't remember this arc too much because it's been a while, but I do remember Bellamy from the Dressrosa arc, right? Because he shows up again, right?
Let me jog your memory. They go, so like it does drag a little bit in the beginning. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But you get the first introduction of Blackbeard.
Well, I remember that. Is he the villain they fight like minorly during this arc?
They don't even fight him. They're actually like in agreement with each other. Like they're like, so me just as a person.
Yeah.
I kind of had this phase in my life, this existential part of like when we like first graduated college. It was like, what type of person do I actually want to be?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's going on here? And I kind of like, you know, is like I went through this whole thing of like, is like me being a kind person getting like taken advantage of stuff and all this stuff and yada yada, and really is just like a matter of like really just choosing your battles, right?
Yep.
And just having like emotional maturity. And I think that this arc shows that super well, because you get that whole thing where like you're introduced to Bellamy in the pirates and like they don't believe in dreams, and so like Luffy orders Zoro to like they're not even worth the fight. Like, why waste their time on people who don't even have that, right? And I thought that was sick, and I liked that. And then when they get out of that fight, like you meet Blackbeard and you have that like big giant.
I remember. Okay, I remember
like, you know,
the Blackbeard part. I don't remember what happened before. I vaguely.
Yeah.
I can vaguely recall what you're saying. Yeah. It's just been so long.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like, you know, a man's dream never dies, and like that's like the whole like huge thematic message of One Piece, and like how Blackbeard, who is like obviously now like a huge main villain, like Luffy and them didn't exactly like disagree with him at the beginning. Like and I thought that was tight.
No, that was amazing because he puts down, he's like, what, he's never give up on your dreams or something like that. What does Blackbeard say specifically?
It was a man's dream never dies.
A man's dream never dies. Yes. That
like
moment
referring
was
to
sick
how
too.
a lot of the like referring to how like a lot of the Straw Hat crew like inherited their dreams basically, almost, right?
Yes.
And then you remember the Bellamy fight, right?
Vaguely. I don't remember too much about it, but I won't disagree with you because I remember the Blackbeard part, and that was pretty sick to me. I just don't recall it too much because it's been so long, and I remember him more for the Dressrosa arc. Yeah. Yeah.
Luffy comes back to fight Bellamy because he has to, and he defeats Bellamy in one punch.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I remember that part.
So, what's your take on Skypiea? I want to hear. What's your take on Skypiea?
Honestly, I hated it, every minute of it, until the final fight in that big twist with Luffy getting shocked and then it having no effect, and then was it Enereno? Is that how you say his name? Lightning God or whatever. I don't
remember. Is that
God.
the villain?
I'll just call him God.
Yeah.
God, like having a shocked reaction. That to me was huge. Like, I love that part, but aside from that, and also like the cool twist that they had to take a geyser up to Skypiea, it was a slog for me. There were a lot of great moments within it, but overall, and it has like a fundamental like relevance to the story at large, and the rewards were pretty cool, but like, yeah, it was long and it was slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of moments I love in this arc. I love the Robin Zoro. Like, you actually get to see Robin do like the tomb raiding type of thing. I like tomb raiding, but like, you know what I mean, like the Indiana Jones like type adventure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a great part too. Yeah, with her, and then also like the what were they called, the poneglyphs, right?
Yeah, the poneglyphs.
Yeah. Her actually using her like knowledge about that and like the mystery around them. I thought that was amazing. I love that part, especially like the message that was left behind too. It's like, oh, what's this? There's more to the story. I thought that was like really, really cool.
Also, with like the hugest buildup of like one of the coolest moments ever, which was like Sanji needing a smoke.
Oh yes,
that was so hard when that happened. You got Luffy and the bell. You have a whole you have that like last scene of it, like that really funny moment where like everything's kind of settled down, and then Zoro is like, screw this, you know what, I'll just meet you guys on the boat, and then they all stop him because like he's gonna get lost 3 steps on the way to the boat.
Yes.
And so like they have like a little like cartoon fight, and like Luffy's just like, it's like, you know, like the cloud, right? And like Luffy's just like, I don't know why I have this so like ingrained in my head. Luffy's just like smiling and like punching both of them. Zoro like is like doing like his little like cartoon like eye pop face and punching Sanji.
Yes.
And then Sanji is just straight up mad. And then Chopper got hit once in the head and he's just laying on the ground crying.
Yeah.
But I just that being said, that's 5 cool moments out of.
Don't forget, okay, you have to also remember they had one of the coolest moments in all of anime, in my opinion, with the shadows. When they're like, they went to that weird void, but just turned out to be the shadows of the sky people reflected from the clouds.
That was cool.
Yeah. Now you know what I mean. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Also, like the falling ship, too. The upside down falling ship.
Also, I don't know, with regards to our viewers, I don't know, spoiler alert if you want to just skip this. Well, like spoilers for like literally.
Well, no spoilers, because this is an anime only. We're doing everything anime.
Yeah, so fine. Like, and then that's why I'm saying like, here's a timestamp. Skip to this. Right, it'll only be 5 seconds.
Oh, fine. I guess okay. If you don't want spoilers, if you really think, skip this part.
Yeah. So Skypiea, you were talking about like Skypiea has a lot of setup when it comes to like the technology that is used later on, right? Even though they ditched that technology after a time skip. Gear 5 is attached to Skypiea.
Yes, I was vaguely told by that. Yes.
Yeah. That's the only spoiler. That was like the only thing. It was just a quick little like aside where like,
I mean, that's fair.
Were, like, yeah. Skypiea, I rate a high C.
I would put it over Alabasta, actually.
I agree.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Because as much as I don't like this arc, it had a lot of minor moments were great, and then the final fight was really cool. So, I don't know. For me, it was a little bit better than Alabasta because you had the whole twist with Luffy's power. It's like, how are you gonna beat God? It's like, well, Luffy's his only weakness. That's really funny.
As a man of science, I understood that rubber was a insulation. It was. That electricity
I understood it too,
really
but like when they actually played it, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Why didn't I think of that? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I watched enough Bill Nye. Consider the following: Luffy's made of rubber.
Consider the following.
Yeah, consider the following.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
But yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with this one. This next arc, it says it's long ring, long land. Honestly, my favorite filler arc.
This is the only filler arc that you should watch. And that
it is so much fun because you get Afro Luffy with the punching.
You do.
The boxing
you also
gloves.
Just get to see the crew having fun for once, or not for once, but like, you know, we've had an emotional 2 arcs, Alabasta and Skypiea back to back. A lot of like very emotionally heavy.
Yes.
And then the arcs following, Water 7 and Enies Lobby, also very.
It's just a good time. It's
emotionally
a good time.
heavy. Yeah, it's just really well put.
Yeah.
I'll give this thing a B, a high B.
High B. I would put it above Baratie.
I agree.
Because here's the thing, I just think that after the slog of Skypiea, and you got that amazing climax, it's like, let's just have a refresher, which is a minor villain, and they beat him like Buggy. It's like a return to form with Buggy, you know? And I love, like...
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. And I just like how, like, what you were saying, they're just having fun. It's just like, I'm actually of the opinion that, contrary to popular belief, filler arcs are actually good for anime if you do it right. For example, Black Clover, if you've heard of that show, they have some major arcs like One Piece, and it's a long-running show. But in between these major arcs, they'll have some filler episodes where it's just them hanging out and having fun. Now, personally, I actually like that because it lets me get a breather in between like the major stuff that's happening, you know? Like, but if you throw in filler during like a major arc, that's where I'm just like, no, I don't like that because it loses the momentum, right? That's where I disagree. But like when it fillers placed nicely, I'm okay with it. Like even Naruto early on had some fillers that I was okay with because it was just fun, you know.
Okay, as a kid, I didn't even know what the fillers were. Whenever, I thought it was all just the part of the show.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I thought so too, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, there's actually a term for this.
I think the only filler post acknowledging that they existed.
Yes.
I think the only filler that I enjoyed was the one where they try and chase Kabuto. And like Sakura does like the chop thing on like the thing that's connected between him and Naruto's like heart.
Yeah.
I think that was filler. That was like really good. And I was like, why is that filler? And also them like Team 7 trying to unmask Kakashi. That was, I think, are the two fillers.
No, that was great too. Yeah. That's what I mean though. It's just them having fun though, you know?
Here's my actual take on filler. Filler sucks. But clearly it can be done right, and I'd like to point at furthering my agenda in this video accidentally where I've talked about several different shows apart from One Piece, even though this is a One Piece video. JJK is the pinnacle of shonen, and it somehow made filler canon, and the canon filler is really good, and it has story importance. What do I mean by that? Look no further than the baseball episode, and if you're caught up on the anime, they went to an aquarium, and aquariums, like beach episodes, I mean, Sarah, you already know my take on aquariums. It's aquarium o'clock, okay?
Aquarium clock.
But it's aquarium clock. Beach episodes, nothing happens. Aquarium episodes, the most plot disgusting, like riveting events happen at aquariums. Like,
and you love it. You love it. It's great. There hasn't been a single aquarium episode that I did not like.
Yeah, I love it and I eat it up. What's that? What? No, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. All right,
let's return to Water 7. And how it's such a great opening. I think the opening sold this arc for me because it's like literally like, oh, get hyped, this is a new world. That's Water 7. Like you have the what's his name, Kakao or whatever, what's his name,
yeah,
jumping down, and the opening, I was like, that's so sick, I love it.
You also got Frankie.
Yeah, you get Frankie's introduction. the Texan. Yeah. Yes.
Which I miss his old design. I get that he's supposed to be a robot now.
He's like a cyborg, but like now I prefer his old design too.
He's like an android at this point. Like he's not even like I miss Cyborg Frankie. I miss him.
Yeah.
But Water 7 was great, and you get that great. You get the second walk. You get the second walk to the Frankie house, which was really, really good. Yeah, for sure. Perfect. While his phone stopped recording, talking about aquariums, if you love aquarium episodes, then you'll love Prism. I got a new sci-fi fantasy series. It's coming out. Sponsoring this video. It's sponsoring this video. This video is sponsored by Prism. It's coming out this fall and winter. Volumes 1 through 3. Volume 1 in October. Volume 2 in November. Volume 3 in December. We're both fans of it. It's great. You like action. You like magic. You like Attack on Titan back when it was just about Titans. But the Titans are no longer an issue. So now all the little human problems are starting to bubble up. Prism's coming out this fall. I think you'll like it. Go check it out. Don't worry. That's only going to be in my video because your phone is not recording. Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. My thing died, and that is very fun. to deal with is when recording stopped. So we were talking about Water 7, correct?
Well, Water 7 is just freaking great, man. Then you get that cool reveal of them, all the Carpenter people being a cipher hole. And,
I think this is the first time where you really see the government, like, actually be a shitty entity, right?
Yes. Well, no,
like, I mean, you get instances of it, but, like, this is they're absolutely
Romance,
awful, right?
Romance Dawn. The first government guy you meet is a dictator.
Well, yes, but like you could say that's like an isolated one, but then you realize no, they know what they're doing, right?
Okay.
With Water 7, that's what I mean. Is like they actually have their grubby hands on like the shit that's going on in Water 7, you know?
Yeah, and Nico Robin gets a lot of, well, actually in Water 7, because I'm confused where the split is. So if we're talking Water 7.
This is Water 7, so you don't get we get the revelation at the very end of like, sorry, don't chase after me. But that's it.
Yeah, because like they just get on the train is where is where we're saying Water 7 ends, when they just get on the train.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, so Sanji gets a lot of great moments here. And Luffy gets stuck between two buildings, and I hate my life. And that was like the one thing that I hate about Water 7 is Luffy being stuck between two buildings for like the longest time, and then the dude just like gets out. When I was like, couldn't you have done that?
Yeah. It's slow. I mean, at the end it's slow because you're like, why don't they just get them? But it's because they're setting up 2 more arcs after, you know.
I'll give it an A.
I'm gonna give it a
oh my god, we're forgetting about we're forgetting about Luffy versus Usopp.
Who?
We're forgetting about Luffy versus Usopp.
Oh shit.
That fight was crazy. That fight was crazy.
Was this during Water 7?
Yes, it was during Water 7. Because Usopp is technically not in Enies Lobby. Technically, it's Soge King. it's Sniper King. Usopp doesn't actually make an appearance in Enies Lobby.
Well, he technically doesn't.
Yeah. So yeah, and you get a lot of cool interactions with Usopp and Frankie. And no, I think Water 7 deserves an A. And I'm willing to
I'm gonna put it over Drum Island.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you just mentioned the Usopp stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, the Usopp stuff was really great.
That was tough. That was tough to watch. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was. And it was just like, what I think makes One Piece cool, well, among many things, is that Luffy's story, like Naruto's story is about a boy becoming a man, and Luffy's story is about a man becoming a leader, what it means to lead. And that, like, you know, and you also get to see more of the dynamic of like Zoro being the heavy hand for Luffy, of like, you need to, if you want to be the captain of this crew, you need to do these things. Yes. And I thought that was really good. Now let's talk about the fun one, which is Enies Lobby, and that is an S tier.
S tier, above Arlong. I would say above Arlong.
Best arc in One Piece.
Hands down.
The best arc in One Piece.
Because you get introduced to the gears too. You get the gears. You get the. Also, I mean, I talked about it in my short, but like to me, when One Piece peaked was when Luffy like crouched down, got back up, and then used gun. What was it? Gear 2 jet Gatling gun. Yep. With the OST2 against Lucci, the final fight.
He didn't even he didn't even crouch, dude. The bro just like leaned back, and then
he was gonna fall backwards, and then he crouched forward to stop himself from falling. Yeah. No, that was metal.
You get Zoro cutting the sea train.
Yes.
The dude just cuts it in half. You get Sanji on like trying to save Robin.
Yes.
You get also like 1 second.
Shoot down the flag.
Shoot down that flag. There's the
Buster Call.
There's like the walk to Enies Lobby. There's that one.
Yes.
That was with the emotional music swelling and the I Want to Live. So good, dude. It was so good.
It's so good. You can't go wrong with it.
It's so good. It's so good, and you get
also
that,
get
that
tiny
nice
Luffy.
shot.
You get tiny Luffy.
Yeah, you do get tiny Luffy. You also get technique developments, and I think that is a good thing to discern. Is that I feel like people sometimes forget that Luffy and the Straw Hat crew have had zero training.
Yes.
Like there's no training arcs yet
until the time skip.
Yeah, and it's not even like the like Gear 2 and Gear 3 aren't even like transformations. They're just different applications of his devil fruit.
Yep.
And you finally get like Sanji's like fire legs. You get Zoro's like new techniques as well in this.
Yeah.
Nami saves Sanji. That was really cool. That was super sick. You get more funny moments of Zoro and Sanji being mad at each other and Zoro getting lost inevitably.
Yes.
Just so freaking good. And the Buster Call, and it's just the setting was so cool. It was, dude, just 10 out of 10.
Just all the fights, too, because it was against the entire CP7 or CP9, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the whole CP9. It's just a good arc. It is just like, it is a good arc, and you really are going into
also,
it like, how the heck
this is the last you're going to see the old animation style, too, I think, right? Like, before the time skip, it's like one of the last arcs before. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Just really good. I loved it so much. I'm surprised that I need to get the manga covers. I need to get the manga volumes for that.
It's so good.
I would reread
it's so
that
good.
over and over and over again.
Dude, I got a mug that like activates with like heat temperature with Luffy in Gear 2. I'm like, this is so sick because it adds steam on it. Yeah.
That's sick.
I was like, I had to cop it. It's so good. I love Luffy's Gear 2. I think I love Gear 3 and Gear 4, but like Gear 2 is like him at like, that was like a big moment for me when he beat like the door guy, right?
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
Dude,
anyways, let's jump.
Tier. Best arc in One Piece.
Best by far. And I hope Wano, based on how Wano ends with tomorrow's episode, or 11 hours, I guess is what you said, that changes it. But yeah.
No.
Nah. I have to see for myself. I can't say. You read the manga, you can. I just have to watch it for myself. Post-Enies, I would put high B. Because it has
what even happens post-Enies Lobby?
It's the two admirals fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For plot relevance, I'm going to put it at B. Because it introduces a lot.
Yeah.
Thriller Bark.
Where do we meet the ice? Wait, hold on. When do we meet the Ice Admiral? Was that in Water 7 as well?
The Ice what?
At the very beginning? The Ice Admiral.
I believe so.
Because I thought they don't fight until... I thought the Ice Admiral, they don't fight until after Marineford.
No. By that time, it's a new general, remember?
Hold on. Post-Enies Lobby arc. Let's see here. They're visited by a group of Marines that includes familiar faces, while Frankie promises to build the crew a new ship. Oh, no. Okay. So it's... So there apparently is some filler, but it's basically, you meet Garp, and it's, Robin talks to Aokiji, which is the Ice Admiral guy, and, you get the Ace versus Blackbeard. So that's what that thumbnail is, I think, Ace versus Blackbeard.
Oh, wait, you're right. Yeah, I thought it was the Ice guy. Yeah.
Nah, because like you don't get that until after, because they only have that.
I'm gonna still put it at B because it involves Ace for the first time, right?
Yeah, I'll put it at B. I'll put it at B.
I mean, it doesn't change. I just remember like I saw the fire. And I'm like, yeah, it's still plot relevant. That was my mistake.
Yeah.
Thanks for catching that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thriller Bark.
I enjoyed it a lot. I thought near the end, or not before the end, but right before the ending, was really funny because you get the Usopp fight.
Yeah, dude, just Thriller Bark is like so fun, but like it's also like the arc that like I dropped it for a while. Like I dropped One Piece for a couple months, and I started reading a colored manga for a while. Oh, okay.
All right, we're back. We're talking about Thriller Bark. Apparently, Flying Nimbus thinks it's
Thriller
awful.
Bark is cool because
and you dropped it during Thriller Bark. You didn't even drop it during Dressrosa.
I thought we just kind of skimmed past
really?
that.
I mean, you skipped to the manga, but like,
yeah. So Thriller Bark is the first time where I dropped the anime and I started reading the manga for a bit, and then once the fight scenes started happening, I switched back to anime.
Yeah.
Sanji goes Super Saiyan in this arc. Not really, but he stops a wedding. He crashes a wedding, and I love that for him.
Yep.
You get the Usopp and I forgot her name. That's so bad. Is it Marone? I forgot her name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You also get Sanji's arch nemesis.
What's up?
You get Sanji's arch nemesis during this arc.
Yeah. The invisible guy.
Because he finds the devil fruit guy who can camouflage. He's like, it should have been me, not him.
You also, what's her name? Is it Verone? Or like, what's the ghost lady's name?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
You get her.
She's pretty cool.
I think most of the highlights.
I don't know. I just like the arc because it's like Usopp literally wins by like
being depressed.
Gaslighting and
yeah.
Gaslighting. What was the other thing he did?
Being depressed.
He like being depressed. Yeah. Because her powers didn't work.
Yeah.
That was really funny to me.
You also get like a lot of the good moments in this arc come at the end, though. This is a very end-heavy arc, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you get Luffy, you get like the Frankie. So this is a lot of good moments where like Luffy is not the one that gets the spotlight, in my opinion. You get the Zoro versus the samurai guy fight. You get the like Frankie and Chopper building the stairs as they're climbing them, so they can climb up the stairs as they're falling behind them.
Yeah.
You get like the Megazord thing that Robin doesn't want to be a part of, and then Sanji starts crying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think I'm gonna have to give this arc I'll give it a.
I'm gonna put it above Alabasta.
I think it's better than Skypiea and Orangetown and Loguetown and I'll probably put it high B, to be honest.
Really? I was gonna be generous and give you like a lower rating, but if you think it deserves higher, I'll back you.
Yeah, I think it deserves
high B.
I think it deserves a high B because nothing happened.
Above all these?
Yeah, because nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing happened in that arc. Nobody knows, but select few.
Yes.
I wasn't there. And as far as I know, nothing happened. So, yeah, I think that's a good spot. Sabody. Now, Sabody is cool because this is where I fully went. This is where I went full manga after this arc. And I actually have 1 second. I got my Luffy pants on. You can't see it, but they can. Just bust these out. Oh my god! Almost dropped the book on my head. Like a really.
Remind me what Sabody was? It was the.
So, I got some of like Impel Down, but and a little bit of Thriller Bark, I think, in here. Or no, it's Impel Down again. But yeah, no, I got like in the manga form. I got like the end of Sabody, like what happens and stuff. With like the time skip.
Okay.
And that was like super cool, and I liked it a lot. Yeah. And you get the celestial dragons, and you get Luffy punching a fascist, and that was sick and really cool.
Oh wait, was this during that arc? Okay.
Yeah. This is like when they're first going
to me, this was a great arc, and then they also got like sent right by
yes.
What's his name?
This was the slap.
Oh wait, shit. Thriller Bark also had that awesome moment with Zoro, right?
That's what I was saying, that nothing happened.
Oh, I thought you meant that like literally.
No, nothing happened.
Never mind. Yeah.
That's this dude.
I'm a dummy.
It's on the thumbnail.
I get it.
It's on the thumbnail for Thriller Bark that nothing happened.
hidden in plain sight, as I say.
Oh my god. But yeah.
I would put it above. Actually, I would put it under Water 7. I think there's a lot of great moments in this arc.
I disagree.
Yeah. Why?
I think that you get the celestial dragon stuff, and you kind of get the animation is also like good here because I did switch to the manga, but I also watched a lot of it in anime as well. Well,
to me, this is like the Empire Strikes Back ending, where it's like depressing because they all lose.
Yeah,
like,
they needed that.
Quote unquote.
They needed to be humbled.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I like.
And like Luffy just being also the anime made it way sadder because in the manga they didn't really have like the bubbles popping. But in the anime they do have like little bubbles popping when they got slapped. And the voice acting was just really great and it was really heartbreaking. And you also get the introduction of the worst generation.
Yes.
You kind of get more of the God, what else happens in freaking Sabody? You get the funny scene where like Zoro's like, I'm going off, and they're like, no, you're gonna get lost. And then Zoro's like, what are we talking about? The trees are numbered, and they're like, so true. And then the bubble covers the number so that Zoro gets the number wrong, and then so he gets lost anyway.
Yeah.
I think, where do we put Water 7? We put it A tier.
Yeah.
You get also the introduction of the Light Admiral.
Yes.
Like the stakes just feel real in this one. Like even before the fight.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like even before the fight, I didn't know how they were gonna get out of it. I'll compromise and I'll say it's between Water 7 and Drum Island. Me personally, I would put it the highest A tier. But
highest A tier?
Just cause like the slap was so huge. Like it was.
I'll put it see, I was saying between Underwater 7 because I thought you were gonna rank it lower.
Like I'm down to compromise and say it's between Water 7 and Drum Island.
No. I thought you were, because I think it deserves to be higher.
Oh, okay.
I was just playing it safe.
Oh, okay.
I know you were thinking the same thing. Okay,
Yeah.
No, because it's great. I think, one, them getting humbled.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you have like all the one. It's also a follow up to Thriller Bark, with that like twist at the end where she Ghost Lady runs into him.
Yeah.
And then seemingly dies. Right.
Mm-hmm. I
thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Also, Luffy like breaking down crying as his crew got sent away.
It was so sad.
He was like the last man standing.
It was so sad.
I was like, damn. It was so good.
Yeah.
Also, you got to see the full strength of like the Navy too.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Not even the full strength. You got to see like the highest ever like that you've seen yet. But no.
No, I mean at this point in time.
At this point in time.
Yeah.
Amazon Lily Summit War. I think
I actually really love this arc.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain.
I actually enjoyed this a lot because it was funny because Luffy was just like, "What's going on?"
Give me your thoughts and reasoning, because I thought this arc was just okay.
I don't know. I just thought it was so funny because they're like, Luffy's just like, "Huh?" And he's like naked, like, "What's that snake?" I don't know. I just thought that was funny. And then like him just like running away and like girls fawning over him because I'm like, that's what Luffy would do. He's just kind of clueless. I don't know. I just thought it was funny because this is like Luffy out of his environment. It was just kind of like a change of pace for me that I dug.
Where would you put it then? Because I don't really have strong opinions about this arc.
Probably over Skypiea.
Okay.
And maybe over Orange Town. Over Orange Town.
Okay. I'm down. Put it there.
I just thought it was fun, and also I like Boa.
Boa is cool. I do like Boa.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I was just having a great time with it because I'm like, this is not serious. Like after the shit that happened, this is not serious.
Separation series. I don't know what happened here. A lot of what happened here, because I don't know where it is in the manga, to be honest. Let me.
What is this one?
Because hold on.
Or give me a sec. I'm gonna look. I think this is when the crew split up, right? And they're doing their own thing.
Yeah, 1 second, because I'm trying to see.
Yeah. Yeah, because after it's Impel Down, because then it's all the Luffy stuff. So this is just showing what the crew's up to, right?
So
like where they ended up. I think.
Okay, so here's where I'm gonna have to be like, I don't know what's going on here, because at this point in time I am manga only.
Yes.
Until Fishman Island, I am manga only.
Yes.
And for some parts of Marineford, I was, I would switch back to the anime. But for the separation arc in the manga, Oda does these cover arts to every chapter. And with the separation serial, all I know is like the one little cover panel that he like gives, like the one or two cover panels that he gives for each.
Yeah.
So like, I'll rate. I'd say, like, it's cool. Like, I like what they do with it, but for me, I would have to rate it as a D tier because like I treat it the same as like the other one-offs.
I would put it best of D.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That's fair.
And not because, like, once again, not really.
It just adds
like,
setup. It adds setup for the time skip. That's why I like.
Yeah,
it.
and like once again, it's like with the D tier, apart from Syrup Village, got like the D tier is like, honestly, you know what? No, you can't get mad about it. I don't really care. D tier is our one-off dumpster tier. Okay, we just dump them in there. That's at this point. That's all that's there for.
Yeah.
You know what? Syrup Village, I'll put it in. I'm just kidding. But yeah,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Impel Down has single-handedly.
I love this arc.
Yeah, it has single-handedly one of the funniest moments of One Piece.
Yes.
Where Luffy bumps into Buggy, and Buggy's like, "Don't you remember me? I have the Buggy bomb." And then Luffy goes, "No," and then Buggy just gets super pressed.
He's like, "I don't remember you at all."
Yeah.
Which is fair for Luffy because he's dealt with wars.
Mm-hmm.
Up until this point, he dealt with a lot.
Yeah,
so
you get the reemergence of Bon Clay.
Yes, and one of the most depressing endings to an arc I've ever seen.
Yes. I think Impel Down's an A tier.
I would put it high, or
I'm willing to put it above Sabody.
High A tier. I'm putting it above Sabody.
Yeah, we can put it above Sabody. Or Sabody.
Because I don't know, I just love this arc because it's like a different gang than you're used to.
Yeah, no,
right?
And you get the cool like revolutionary,
group.
like you get more stuff about the revolutionaries and Luffy's dad, and you get like more of like what exactly is happening with the pacifistas, I believe.
I also like the warden's powers, like his poison.
Yeah, that was cool.
Devil fruit. Yeah.
Marineford Summit War. We're putting this as S tier, 100%, right? That's an S tier arc. Like, gotta be.
Disagree.
You don't think it's S tier?
I would put it under Impel Down. Way too long.
Really? Okay, so this is interesting.
Also, okay. Also, here's the context. When I started One Piece, I watched Mojo's top 10 anime deaths.
Oh my god.
And they had Ace in there.
Oh god.
And I was so pissed because I knew what was gonna happen. And when I saw the Admiral there, I'm like, he's probably gonna die during this arc. And so everything I was looking forward to was ruined. So it was very long for me. That was the big thing for me.
So funny enough for me, I avoided that type of spoiler going into this. And on top of that,
I'm pissed. I wish I didn't. But that's what happened. Yeah.
On top of that, I'm also manga only at this point, except for like a few moments that I watched back. So the arc didn't feel long to me anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think there's gonna be like.
I thought the falling was cool. The falling was really cool.
Yeah.
Ice.
And you also get like that Luffy. No, that's a post-war. That's post-war.
Yeah.
Nah, because you also get Whitebeard and his Devil Fruit. Blackbeard actually becomes a menace. And just a lot of great moments. I think it's an S tier, bro. I think we can
I think
compromise.
it's below Impel Down.
You think it? Cause that's crazy. You think it's below Impel Down though?
Wait. Where do you think it goes S?
I think it goes in S tier, and because you don't like it, I'm willing to go.
No, where? Where in S?
Yeah. I'm saying it belongs in S tier, but because you don't like it, I'm willing to put it at the bottom of S tier.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that I'll even do you this much, because if we're talking about that, because like there's no
I mean,
scale,
don't get me wrong, I love the arc. I was just pissed off that I got spoiled about Ace's death, and that was like a major driving point for the arc, right? So I knew he was gonna die. I knew he wasn't gonna make it, so it kind of ruined the surprise for me.
Yeah, to the people watching at home,
So
if you're wondering
I'll
like,
concede.
what scale we're rating these things on, it's just heuristic, okay? We got no rhyme or reason, all right? Whether or not we enjoyed it
I'll concede my point and put it in S, because I understand that I would have had a better time not knowing about Ace's death.
Yeah.
Without going into it, because it ruins the whole thing, because that's the whole point of the arc, is rescuing Ace, right?
Yeah, and you know, in the post-war, Luffy learns that he can't do it on his own, and that he does need his crew, and that he can't just keep.
Does he do the two? Wait, is this the 3D?
This is the
2Y
This
thing?
is like the that's the one.
I'll put it above Impel Down.
I agree. Luffy makes some huge revelations in this arc. He kind of realizes.
He also like humbles himself, where he's like, "I need time to prepare."
Yes.
And we need time to prepare, so this doesn't happen again. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just really. It's just good because Luffy, because he also like, I can't just keep winging it.
Yeah.
And like I remember from the like in the crew's reactions to him holding off, like all of them also start to get more like, because like the tone of the show also changes here, because post time skip.
Yes.
It's all basically, we're getting into like these really long sagas where it's like, before it was always a matter of, and I kind of miss pre-time skip. Maybe it's just nostalgia.
Absolutely.
But like, because pre-time skip was very episodic for a lot of it. And now we're getting into like these we're basically from Punk Hazard to Wano is like, it's basically one giant through line, right? That you can draw like through all of them. But yeah, I think that I thought that post-war was really good. A lot of good revelations. Luffy's growth was immense, and he kind of realizes more, like, that he can't keep like doing what he's doing, and that like Luffy finally like has the idea, like, he always talks about wanting to be the king of the pirates, and he finally is like, okay, but like, that's a dream. How do I make that dream a goal? Like, what do I actually
Let me put in the
do?
hard work and actually take it serious for once.
Yeah, because it's like a dream.
Like more serious than usual, yeah.
A dream will forever remain a dream. Take notes, ladies and gentlemen. A dream will forever remain a dream unless you actually, like, take, like, an actual executable plan and milestones to, like, see your progress towards a goal. Turn your dreams to goals, folks. Anyways, return to Sabody. I mean, like, it was all right. It was all right. I liked it. You got the fake Straw Hat
peak.
crew.
I thought this was peak in terms of powers. Like, the One Piece is back, right?
Bro,
See, here's the thing. I love this arc so much because it's the return of everyone you love.
Right.
And then it's followed up with one of my least favorite arcs in Fishman Island.
I also didn't like.
That's a whole separate thing.
But we'll get to that.
So I'll put this at a high B because I love it. Because there's a lot of cool moments with like Luffy dodging. You get Luffy dodging. What's his name?
You get Luffy dodging the bullets. You get them one-shotting pacifistas, and which was like, that's how you knew it was real, because they one-shot the pacifistas now.
When they were one shot before,
Zoro cuts the boat in half because he got on the wrong ship.
Yep.
Like, Chopper gets confused and joins like the fake Straw Hat poser crew,
Yes, and that's really funny.
Yeah, and you get Sanji can't even look at women anymore.
Yeah.
It was just, I think it belongs above, either above Baratie or above Long King Island, but not higher than Post-Enies. Actually, I'm willing to go higher than Post-Enies if you want, but I don't think it's better than Thriller Bark, TBH.
It's just tough because Thriller Bark has a lot of lows that I don't like.
It does. It's so back heavy.
But it does have that Zoro thing, so I'll concede.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Fishman Island.
Now we have... Can we put it in F? I want to put it in F.
You want to put Fishman
awful.
Island in F? That's kind of racist of you. I'm just kidding.
I hate it, dude. I put Arlong in S, okay? I put Arlong in X. I'm a Fishman ally, okay? I put Arlong in S, so it's okay. I can put it in F. I hated this arc. I'm sorry. I did not care for the villain at all.
Yeah.
And although it was cool because you get to see their powers on display, I thought it was too long.
Yeah, you
and
get Conqueror's Hockey.
A good moment with what's his name?
Yeah, you get Conqueror's Hockey. I think
yeah.
I'll put it in F, bro. I thought it was lame. I thought it was lame. The only cool thing that happens is like because this is the last walk to anything is in this arc.
You said F, right?
I said F.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're on the same page then.
I just thought like the villain was cool, and I loved hearing about the different factions and how like Arlong got to be.
See, I disagree. I thought he was boring.
Really?
Like after a certain point where he's like my reasoning, and then he tries to murder everyone. I'm just like, I don't care anymore. Like,
I just thought
he just stopped making sense. Yeah,
I thought the fights. I just don't really remember it. He wasn't very memorable. Allow me to.
Yeah.
The villain was not interesting. What was interesting was the like history behind Arlong's pirates, like how they got
to me. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. But the villain himself was awesome.
Yeah, villain himself.
That's
sucked.
what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. You got the giant ship though. That was pretty cool. And like for a setting, the fight was really cool. But that was such a slog, especially that valley where they're just fighting everyone. I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I know they have cool powers, but I'm like, I don't care. They're not like liberating anything big, right? It's nothing that you've seen, right?
Yeah, it was just.
It's just to show off their powers.
And like he gets Red Rock, but like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. It was very underwhelming.
Yeah.
Punk Hazard.
I actually enjoyed Punk Hazard a lot because it does a lot of setup for Wano, but the arc itself, there are a lot of good moments in my opinion. So it is long though. I will give you that.
Actually, okay. I think we're on the same side here. Okay. I think you're playing it safe right now with me about this arc when I actually really like this arc, and I think the arc gets too much hate. I think the arc gets too much hate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't know how he feels about this one.
No. There's a lot of great moments in here.
I thought it was fine.
I loved that we get more about Law.
I love also. No, this is the Admiral fight because you learn about the Admiral fight and then they go to it, right?
Yeah.
Right before, yeah.
You get the only thing I didn't like about this arc was the body swapping. That was the only thing I didn't like.
The what?
The body swapping.
I thought that was funny. It was just a fun gag.
Your name just like did it better. So I was.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. I'll concede to that.
I am
not. I thought it was like it was just a throwaway gag. I'm like, huh, that was kind of funny.
I am not a big fan of the body swap trope. The only time I liked it was in Your Name. Dragon Ball Z. Okay. I also hated it in Dragon Ball Z. So,
okay.
Less. Yeah. So, but okay. Things I like about this arc. I like Law a lot. I like Trafalgar Law is like one of my favorites.
Law is one of these standouts.
Yes.
Don't you get his backstory too a little bit?
Like you get his. You get like a tiny bit more into his motivations. You don't get a whole lot into his backstory yet. His backstory is Dressrosa.
Until Dressrosa. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah.
You get his motivations. And you get more Smoker and Kasaragi, which I like. You get that whole scene of like Luffy's not taking it seriously again, and Zoro sees that and like calls him out on it. And I really enjoyed that. You get like the whole like children stuff, and then Sanji. Okay, I think I'm just biased because I like Sanji a lot. I think Sanji has a lot of good moments in this arc. That's probably why I like it so much. You get Sanji leading because like also the Marines that are the crew for Kasaragi and Smoker befriend the Straw Hats. And then as they're running past Zoro, Sanji's just like, hey, everyone hate on this man. And they all just follow him. You get
I like the mystery around it too, where you're trying to figure out like what's going on. That was like a big selling point for me for Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
Because it's like the more you went into the arc, you're like, why is one side lava, the other ice?
Mm-hmm.
And then you learn like the backstory, right, of like what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you learn like, oh, there's experiments taking place, right, for Kaido, yeah. Right?
Yeah. And I think,
and then you like find out about like he works for like Kaido's the big guy, then it goes Doflamingo, and then this guy, right?
Yeah, you get that. You get the whole setup.
I'm blanking on his name because he's forgettable. Yeah. You get the setup, which is cool. Also, the start of Wano too, right? That's what you were saying.
Yeah, you meet the samurai guy, Kinemon. You meet Kinemon.
Yeah. Kinemon.
And you meet oh my god, what's the prince's name? I forgot his name. You meet the kid.
I forgot too, don't worry.
You meet the kid.
Yeah.
The samurai kid. You meet him here.
Yep.
I think you do? Or is that in the next arc?
No, you do, because he's the pink dragon.
Yeah, you
remember? Yeah. He's because he's at the very end of the arc. You have to remember they're looking for him. He's like, I'm looking for him. And then you realize he's not with the children because he went off on his own and then fell into that pit.
Yeah.
And then Luffy fell in that pit too, remember? Yeah.
You also get the cool Zoro moment where he's like, I'm not going to cut a woman. And then Kasaragi gets hurt. And then he's like, you know what? I changed my mind. He's like, you know what?
And it was brutal. It was one of his most brutal, I think, attacks too. Because you get split literally up the middle.
Yeah, he was
right.
Zoro was like, hold on, actually, I changed my mind. You're dying.
you can catch these hands, yeah.
Also, Zoro is the only.
No, I would put this.
Zoro is the only crew member of the Straw Hats that kills people.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and you get the cool Sanji moment where Kasaragi's crying, and then he's just like, a woman is crying, and then he like sprints over, and he's like, I heard the teardrops fall.
Yes.
But yeah, I think Punk Hazard is an A tier.
It's a what?
A tier.
We're an A tier.
I don't know. Where do you think it belongs?
Above Water 7. I'll put it under Impel Down.
Yeah. I agree.
Is that fair?
I agree.
Cool. Yeah, because it doesn't have the great moments of Impel Down, but it's still great moments. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you called me out for that. You're like, you're playing it safe, aren't you? Just to be like, I'm like, yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of contention behind that arc.
But a lot of people don't like that arc. A lot of people don't. They're like, yeah, this is boring. Yeah.
Dressrosa. This is so Punk Hazard and Dressrosa is when I started to watch. Well, even Fishman Island, but like particularly Punk Hazard and Dressrosa when I started to watch the anime again. And Dressrosa made me go back to the manga, and I have ever since stayed in the manga since Dressrosa.
I thought this work was good. I know it can be long, but honestly, I thought Skypiea was worse. Because I got through Skypiea, and to me, Dressrosa was cool because at least you were getting a lot of story with it.
Yeah.
Now a lot of things were happening, but like to me, it felt like a better version of Skypiea. but I will agree it was long.
Yeah, and Doflamingo though is one of the best antagonists in One Piece.
Yes.
One of the best, if not. Yeah.
Also, I liked Sabo's return for Ace's Devil Fruit. That was so cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. Also, the baby guy, the swimmer baby guy, what's his name?
Oh, yeah. I forgot his name.
He has such a depressing backstory. It's so funny.
It was Senor something. But yeah.
Was it Pink?
I think so, yeah. Senor Pink, I think.
Yeah, Senor Pink, yeah. Oh, it was so tragic. I was like, damn, this man has been through the gutter.
Yeah. Nah, I love, you get Trafalgar Law's horrible backstory.
Yeah.
It's just trauma. It's a lot of trauma. Usopp becomes a god.
Yes.
Sanji,
that was one of his best moments, yeah.
Sanji single-handedly fights off Doflamingo.
Yep.
You get the Luffy, because Doflamingo's about to step on Trafalgar, and then Luffy stops him.
Yeah.
You get Gear 4. You get...
which is a great reveal. Great
reveal. It's just a lot of good stuff. You get Zoro with the 3,000 world schism thing, whatever. He cuts the rock giant in half, basically. That was sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The outfits were also fire. I love the Dressrosa outfits. I think they're fire.
Yes.
And just a lot of great stuff. I think that Dressrosa is I think where would you put it? I think it's high A. I'd be willing to go low S. I'm uncertain.
I would put it under Impel Down.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Because I don't know, Impel Down, I just have a soft spot for.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Because it has everyone. Yeah.
I think
now Zoa is, or not Zoa, Zoe.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I don't remember a whole lot from this arc.
Dude, you don't remember the big reveal?
What's the big reveal?
That they knew about the ninja the entire time and were tortured.
Oh.
And you thought they really didn't know?
Yeah. Okay. Just vaguely.
Yeah. You son of a...
The only thing I remember from this arc was the Animal Man's and a carrot, and there's a big elephant. And
I would put it under Thriller Bark because it has that big moment for me.
Okay, go ahead. I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything from this arc.
It's good. What do you mean? Okay, let's talk about Whole Cake because this is gonna be the most interesting discussion.
Yeah. I do remember that Zoe is I do know that they planned the two separate groups for one goes to Wano and one goes to Whole Cake. I do remember that.
Yes.
But yeah, so I don't really remember much from Zoe. But Whole Cake, yeah, what's your take on it? I know you hate pudding.
Very emotional arc for Sanji.
I know you hate pudding.
If it wasn't for the ending, it would be... I would say it could have been an S had it not been for pudding. It is a long arc. It is very much a slog at the start and in the middle. But when you get to the end... before that huge filler arc, before Wano, which I get, when Big Mom is chasing them.
Yeah.
Which, if you didn't know it, because you read the manga, right?
Yes.
At this point. You know how Big Mom chases them at the end?
Yeah, in the manga, it was like a couple of chapters.
It's like 40 episodes.
40 episodes?
40 episodes, because they had to give time, because they were almost caught up to the manga, so they had to give time for Wano.
How did they...
And so when they finally got into Wano with the new opening, everyone was like, finally! She's like,
how did they make it 40 episodes?
Because they bounced back between that and then Luffy fighting that one guy, the donut guy.
Yeah.
Well, that fight was sick. Nothing happened.
That fight was sick.
Yeah, it was good, but it was too long because they had to stretch it out as much as they could.
Yeah.
They needed to say cakey.
Yeah, that was I think this is also where our perspective is, because now, whereas Dressrosa, I was still watching some parts of it. I was still hybrid with Dressrosa, but after the thing that made me fully switch to manga was when I saw 2 screen grabs in one episode, and I was like, "There's 2 commercial breaks per episode now. Oh, I'm done. No, we're switching them. We're switching to the manga."
That's fair.
Zoe I also read, I think, in the manga. But with Whole Cake, I think that with the Sanji Luffy fight, there's a lot of parallels between the Sanji and Luffy fight and Luffy and Usopp fight in terms of just framing and everything too. I thought that was dope. Meeting Sanji's family was sick. I love Sanji's older sister. She's great.
Yes.
And she's like, so far, I think she's like the only sibling of his that semi cares about him, I think, from what I remember.
Yes.
And you get more into his backstory with that. You get the Sanji like trying to light the lighter in the rain, but he can't because he's sad, and not because of the rain. It's just because he's sad.
Yes.
And
that was good.
I think you get Big Mom is also just a very underwhelming force, I think, in this arc, TBH. There's a lot of covert operations going on that I like, and I think Whole Cake is dude, I don't know, man. I think Whole Cake's better than Dressrosa.
Where would you put it?
Maybe.
Where would you put it? Because I'm going to say where I'm going to put it.
Where do you want to put it? Where do you want to put it?
No. I want to hear you first.
Where do I want to put it? Okay. I'm going to put manga only in parentheses here. Manga reader inbound. I think it's better than Dressrosa. And I think it's better than Dressrosa.
Okay. Okay. Would you like to hear what I think?
What? You think it's F tier?
It should go below Fishman Island.
Okay. No, we're not putting it below Fishman Island.
Crime Against Humanity. 50 fucking episodes of filler.
Putting it below
before
Fishman
Wano. Really. I mean, and also like the pudding stuff too pisses me off. I think it goes below Fishman Island.
I think the pudding stuff could have happened without reverting Sanji's character.
I mean, it was great. There was lots of great moments. But if you took out those 2 major problems, I would put it where you're saying. But they have those 2 major problems. Okay,
let's put it above. At least let's put it above. Can we at least put it above Zoe?
I'll concede to below Zoe.
Okay, above Post-Enies Lobby, we'll say.
Oh, you're going lower than I was saying. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just because you hate it so much, even though, because like now
it is awful.
But now you gotta owe me. You gotta owe me
the shit that they made. You gotta owe me what?
You gotta owe me it here, because I do love the Reverie arc a lot.
Okay, fair.
I thought it was sick. I do like me some political intrigue. This is where Chirakoshi actually becomes relevant.
Yeah.
You get Captain. You get the news. You get Morgan, and Morgan is freaking sick. I love Morgan. And you get a lot of. I don't know how the anime structured it. TBH. Because like Wano, like the raid on Onigashima is also cut somewhat by parts of the Reverie. So I'm not sure how the anime did it, but I really do love this arc a lot. You get introduced to like the Cypher Pole people again, or like Lucci again. He's back.
Are you talking about the Whole Cake land right here? The one that we're talking about?
I'm talking about that one.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how much they reveal.
I'm be honest, I don't remember because that was such a slog. I just remember when it changed from like them being chased on a ship to like a different setting. I was so happy. So that's all I remember.
Yeah, and I think also the anime put in
I don't
a bunch
want to be chased by Big Mom again.
I think the anime also put in a bunch of unnecessary flashbacks, if I recall.
Yeah.
In this arc. But manga only, I ate this arc up. Because I put Whole Cake Island so low, we're putting this above Zoe.
I'll concede to that. Because I don't remember too much. I just remember how happy I was that we finally got out of that stupid pillar.
This is your Zoe.
Yeah.
This is your Zoe. Like what was Zoe to me is this for you, where we just I don't remember anything from Zoe, and you don't remember anything from because like how much of the Sabo stuff do you remember?
Oh, yeah, no, I remember a lot of that.
Okay, because the Sabo stuff becomes super important.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, it's above Zhao.
Yeah.
No, 'cause it's all the important stuff. Yeah.
Wano.
This is before Gear 5, this recording. Like, for me, at least, not you.
Yeah, so I am able to actually give this as a whole.
Yeah.
But frankly, the arc is pretty much almost over anyway.
Yeah.
Wano has
what you said earlier with me is the highest highs and the lowest lows, right?
I'll repeat it here. Wano has some of the highest highs in One Piece and also some of the lowest lows. And it's just, I think, look no further than, like, for the highs, look no further than the Sanji versus Queen fight, the Zoro versus King fight.
Yes.
Now we got Gear 5. We got that awesome moment where Nami literally won't say, she will say that, because I think that's the first time ever in the show that Nami says that Luffy will be the king of pirates.
Yeah. That was just recently in the anime.
Yeah,
She's she literally stares down Kaido and is like, I will not, Luffy did not lose. Luffy will get back up.
You get the introduction of Yamato and Yamato's relationship with Ace and more of Ace's backstory, and you get the raid on Onigashima. You get the team up with Law. You get the Sanji.
You got
suit.
Roof Piece, dude. You got Roof Piece.
Yeah, Roof Piece. You got the there's a lot of great moments. You got the Zoro versus Killer. It's just,
you got the Law and Kid versus Big Mom.
Yes, that was awesome. I don't know how the anime adapted that yet. Amazing. I haven't watched that part of the anime yet, but I hope they did it justice.
They did. It was amazing. Yeah. It was great. It was great. Yeah.
They did freaking Demon. They did Demon Robin. It was just so many good moments, and at the same time, it is some of the most sluggish. Kaido is a scary
it's
villain.
It's just everything in between. Everything in between is just so slow.
Yeah.
All the epic moments, you have the samurai attacking Kaido for the first time, samurai facing off against Kaido.
Yes.
But then you have that slog where nothing happens.
Yeah.
So I would put it actually, because it reminds me a lot of Thriller Bark.
Mm-hmm.
But because the highs are so high, I am willing to put it above Dressrosa and under Impel Down. Now this is me going in without Gear 5.
Yeah.
If it was Gear 5, I think it would be much higher.
Just from the quality of the animation, I'm gonna take that into account too, because I've watched the fights of Wano. I think that,
which is great.
I want to put Wano. My gut tells me that I want to put Wano top of A tier, but
I'll put it top of A tier just for benefit of the doubt, because I know we're gonna do a reaction video. Yeah. But I am so hyped for Gear 5.
Yeah, we're gonna react to Gear 5. It's probably gonna go insane. It is one of my favorite anime transformations ever.
Yeah.
And I love it. But yeah, so. Get in the comments, argue with us, tell us what you think.
This is our list. I'm gonna post this on my community chat so you can look at it too, plus the link.
Yeah.
Let me know what your list looked like. Do you agree with our list? Do you think it's utter dog shit? Let us know, because there was only a couple points of contention.
Yeah.
But most of it was us what happened during this one?
Yeah, most of it was us just forgetting things.
Yeah, Flying Nimbus forgot.
Yeah, so but get in the comments. Tell us what you think. Are we wrong? If we are, tell us that we're wrong. Please give us engagement.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm glad we agreed that Enies Lobby is the best.
Enies Lobby is the best arc of One Piece. You can fight us on that. I don't think it's that hard of an argument. I don't think it's that big of a stretch. I think it's sick. And for the manga readers out there, Egghead Island, if it's anything, just hey, we'll see what happens with that arc. We'll see what happens, but that's all I got. That's all I got too. So
that's
been us.
So, please subscribe. Go subscribe to Fly Nimbus, because he helped me with this video as the One Piece connoisseur.
And go subscribe to Seorius, because he's cool, and he also does gaming videos, which I have not gotten around to doing yet. So if you want
don't say that. I stopped doing gaming videos.
You stopped doing gaming videos. He stopped doing gaming videos. So if you want gaming videos, come to me. I'm gonna start doing them more.
Go to Fly Nimbus for that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also. But yeah, All right.